Hey, what's up, guys? It's Nikhil here from American Election Trade. I want to go back on a trade that I recorded last week about the American election. So, if you didn't read the whole blog post, I'll just here showcase the trade a little bit, and I'll tell you how it's going on from now. And it's a trade I took based on a weekly chart, but for now we have quite a good profit, so almost 3,000 pips, which is pretty cool. It's a trade I took on USD MXN, so the US dollar Mexican pesos. I don't trade it often, but based on the circumstance and based on the news we had, I was compelled to take that trade. And I'll show you the details of that trade, how everything happened. So 3,000 pips for now, as it's on the weekly chart. But we'll look here how it's happening. Now the first thing I want to outline is how I took that trade specifically. Because it's a trade I took on the weekly chart to start with. And I was looking at the reaction from the few debates we had. So we had a first debate on the 26th of September and another one a little bit later in October. Now you see that those two debates, we had a really strong reaction on this currency pair based on the fact that people were selling the US dollar. So what I did, and I'll try to show you what happened on those two debates. I'll try to go with the 1 hour chart. And there you go. So the first debate was this one here. So we had a big drop. And second debate, if I'm right, we had one, if I'm not mistaken, we had one right here. Okay, so another big drop right there. Or somewhere along those lines. But anyway, in both cases, we had some big drops. And that's what I was thinking about before entering that trade. Now this trade coincides with a setup I have with the Bollinger Band. So I'll just put in the Bollinger Band here. I'll remove the moving average. So as you can see, we broke out of the Bollinger Band strongly and came back within pretty strongly, even more strongly than we broke out. So that's a good sign that the sellers are taking control of the market. Now, it's not the ideal case. Why? Because we're in an uptrend right now. So it's not a downtrend. So it's less reliable. But based on the news, I was more confident to take that trade. And as you can see now, 3,000 pips in profit, it shows that the trade has been working out pretty good. So even though the probability are not that great, you can still take the trade. You just have to know what to expect in those type of trades. And right now, what I want to show you a little bit is how price behaved since I took the trade and since things happened. So the first week, I would say that I was in that trade. Price didn't do much. Okay, as you can see, I entered around here. And then price just started to consolidate a little bit and consolidate and went really sideways. Okay, we had no action here. And then at the beginning of last week, we had this gap. Okay, at the beginning of the week. Now this is a really good sign that maybe the sellers are taking control and maybe we'll see a move downward because those gaps can either be filled or remain unfilled. It's going to tell us whether we have a trend or whether we just go back up straight to the original point. Okay. Right now, in the past week, what we had is again a consolidation. So we've been moving sideways, forming a range. So I was pretty happy that the price didn't shoot back up to recover the gap. But at the same time, I'm still waiting to see what's gonna happen with that specific range. Okay. And most people are gonna wanna maybe take a trade now in that type of range. But I would not say this is the best place to do it because you don't know whether the price is going to go back up or come back down. Okay, so a big mistake people make is they're going to want to enter really too early in those trades. So, and when we talk about the market phase that I talk about a lot, okay, and I have a full course on this, is you need to know what phase this is. And this is phase that we call phase 1, the consolidation. Okay, so in a consolidation, the only thing you can do would be basically to trade within the limits on a lower time frame. So you're going to buy at the bottom, sell at the top. Okay, that's one way. It's not the best way. And the other way is you're going to trade breakouts. Okay, so you could sell on a breakout here and buy on a breakout above right there. Okay, those are the two ways you can do. But don't try to trade here. Don't try to take a sell trade because you think it's going to go down. Okay, there's no reason to do this. There's absolutely no reason to enter trades that are not confirmed. Okay, they're not valid in that case. So that's just a quick update. as I said, I'm pretty confident with that trade. We'll see what's happening. And the interesting part is that we have another debate on the 19th. Okay, so right here, we should have another debate. And we'll see whether the pressure is really from the sellers again, if sellers are really in control, or if the buyers can get some control back. And that's really going to drive the rest of the trade. Now, I'm planning on this trade to take some partial profit pretty soon as we reach 1-to-1 reward to risk. I'm planning to take some profit because I don't know how far it's going to go. Don't forget that we have this huge uptrend, right? On the daily chart and even more on the weekly chart. Okay, so we cannot expect price to just necessarily go back down and crash here. Okay, this is not possible. And this trend line here that I draw is pretty reliable. Okay, it's been touched a few times. It's pretty solid. And I want to make sure that I get some profit before we hit, just before it's too late and before I lose everything. Okay, this is not being impatient. It's only taking putting the odds in my favor. That's how I would call it. And so now I have, you start to see. Okay, so now I have about 0.6 or 0.7 reward to risk, which is not great. Okay, so I'll wait at least when I get 1-to-1 to make sure that I break even, and then I'll take some profit. So that's a quick video. If you like the video, please like the video. Check out the YouTube channel, subscribe if you liked it. I'm putting videos every single day of the week, and I really look forward to helping you achieve more. Check out a podcast episode released this Monday with Brian McAvoy. And lastly, check out the Facebook group at thisartoftrade.com/group. I'll put the link on this video, thisartoftrade.com/group. And you can join our Facebook group for free. We have over 750 people in that group, and it's really interactive. People really love it. So check it out, and I'll see you pretty soon. Ciao.